It was a night like any other in the sleepy town of Ridgewood, where the winds howled through the barren fields and the rusted rails of the old railway track lay forgotten. The town's history was steeped in mystery, with whispers of a ghostly train that haunted the abandoned tracks, a train that never completed its final journey. The Phantom Train, as it was called, was said to appear on the anniversary of its doomed voyage, carrying the souls of those who perished long ago. Locals believed it was nothing more than a myth, a story to scare children, but those who had seen the train with their own eyes knew the terrifying truth. One cold autumn evening, a group of friends, Emma, Jake, and Sam, decided to test the legend. They had heard the stories all their lives, but didn't believe in ghosts or cursed trains. Armed with flashlights and their phones, they made their way to the old, overgrown tracks just outside town. The moon hung low in the sky, casting eerie shadows on the landscape. As they approached the tracks, a sudden chill filled the air. The once quiet night was interrupted by the distant sound of a train whistle, faint but unmistakable. Emma stopped in her tracks, her breath hitching in her throat. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, her voice shaking. Jake and Sam exchanged nervous glances but shrugged it off. "It's probably just the wind," Sam said, trying to sound confident. But deep down, they all felt it, the unease, the cold creeping into their bones, the sense that something wasn't right. Minutes passed in silence as they stood by the tracks, waiting for nothing. And then, out of the darkness, a faint glow appeared on the horizon. It shimmered like an apparition, slowly growing brighter, and the unmistakable sound of a train rumbling on the tracks filled the air. The friends stared in disbelief as a massive, ghostly train materialized before their eyes. It was an old steam engine, its iron frame rusted and decayed, but it moved with a supernatural force, gliding down the abandoned tracks with a sound that echoed through the night. Through the misty windows of the train, shadowy figures could be seen. Lost souls, their faces twisted in agony, pressed against the glass as if begging for help. The train didn't stop. It never did. The phantom train was doomed to ride the rails forever, carrying its ghostly passengers through the veil of the afterlife. Suddenly, the train's whistle blared, a deafening sound that pierced the silence. The friends' hearts pounded as the train neared. The temperature dropped drastically, and they could see their breath in the cold air. Emma's flashlight flickered and died, leaving them in near total darkness except for the glow of the phantom train. Frozen in fear, they could only watch as the train barreled past them, its spectral wheels screeching against the tracks. But as it passed, something even more terrifying happened. One of the ghostly figures, an old man with hollow, sunken eyes, reached through the glass and locked eyes with Emma. "Come with us," he whispered, his voice barely audible above the roar of the train. Emma stumbled backward, her heart racing. "No," she gasped, shaking her head.